A Korean speaker asks you a question and you answer, and your answer is even correct. And then the silence starts. 30 seconds later, the conversation is dead. And you're walking home telling yourself you need more vocabulary. But you do not. You're not lazy. And Korean is not too hard for you. The conversation died because of what you did right after your answer. And today, I will show you the one small habit that fixes it. I have coached hundreds of Korean students, and I hear their real conversations, not their textbook exercises. And when a conversation dies at 30 seconds, it is almost never a vocabulary problem. So here's the plan for today. First, what is really happening in those 30 seconds from the Korean speaker's side? This part is uncomfortable, but you will thank me later. Second, the ask back. 5 tiny questions you add to the end of every answer. Third, the answer plus 1 rule. The one habit that makes the ask back automatic. And I will show you the same conversation twice. Once dying and once alive. The difference between the two versions is one short question. Let me play the scene for you from the other side. A Korean friend asks you, 주말 잘 보냈어요? Did you have a good weekend? And you answer, 네, 잘 보냈어요. Yeah, it was good. And then you stop. And 1 second of silence passes, then another. So your friend does the work. They find a new question and ask you, 뭐 했어요? What did you do? And you answer, 집에서 쉬었어요. I rested at home. And you stop again, and the silence comes back. So they dig for the third question, and you answer, and you stop. By the third round, the shape of the talk has changed. Your friend is running an interview now. So question, answer, question, answer. And here's the part nobody tells you. That is exhausting for them. Not because your Korean is bad, but carrying a conversation alone is heavy in any language. So the next time they see you, they talk to you a little less. Not because they dislike you, but because their last 3 conversations with you feel like a job interview. You thought short, correct answers were polite, but answer then silence can sound like, I don't want to talk to you. More vocabulary will not fix this. The fix is a return question added to the end of every answer before you let yourself stop talking. I call it the ask back. Here are the 5 patterns, and every one of them is very tiny. Number 1, 승희 씨는요? And you, Seunghee? Take their name and add 씨는요. And you can use this one after almost any answer. And that is why we start here. Number 2, 그래서요? And then you use this while they're talking when you want them to keep going. Number 3, 어때요? How is it? Or in the past tense, 어땠어요? You point it at their life. So, 요즘 일은 어때요? How is work these days? Number 4, 진짜요? 왜요? Really? Why? This one hands the ball back and asks for the story behind the story. Number 5, 그래서 어떻게 됐어요? So what happened? This is the one that makes the story continue instead of ending. Look at the size of this. Each one takes under 2 seconds to say, and there is no hard grammar inside any of them. A first-month beginner can say 씨는요, but the job they do is huge. They change your role. With one small return question, you step out of the interview and start carrying part of the weight. The Korean speaker feels that shift right away. Let me prove it to you. Here's the version 1, the dying version. Your friend says, 주말 잘 보냈어요? Did you have a good weekend? And you say, 네, 잘 보냈어요. Yep, it was good. And you stop. And your friend says again, 뭐 했어요? What did you do? And you say, 집에서 쉬었어요. I rested at home. And you stop. And your friend says, 아, 네. Okay. The conversation is done before the first minute ends. And both of you feel it. Now, version 2. Same friend, same questions, same vocabulary level. Watch what changes. Your friend says, 주말 잘 보냈어요? Did you have a good weekend? And you say, 네, 잘 보냈어요. 집에서 쉬었어요. 민지 씨는요? Yep, it was good. I rested at home. And you, 민지? And Fran says, 저는 부산에 갔다 왔어요. I went to Busan. And you say, 진짜요? 왜요? Really? Why? Why did you go to Busan? And now she is talking. She's telling you about the food, the friends she met, the crowded KTX train back to Seoul. And you're reacting, asking one more small question. And 10 minutes disappear. You didn't learn one new word between version 1 and version 2. You just added an ask back to your answer, and the whole shape of the conversation changed. From today, every time you answer a question in Korean, you attach one ask back before you let yourself stop talking. You can do it in your lessons, in your language exchange, in your messages, even when you're talking to yourself while cooking. And start with 씨는 you alone. Not because the other four are difficult, but a habit grows when you use one pattern everywhere. When 씨는 you starts coming out before you even think about it, then add 어때요? For most students, that happens after a few days of using it in real conversations. And point 어때요 at their work, their week, their family. And when the other person tells a story, that is the perfect moment you can say 진짜요? 왜요? And 그래서 어떻게 됐어요? If you don't have a partner right now, drill it alone. Say an answer out loud, like 집에서 쉬었어요. Then add the ask back before you allow yourself to stop. 10 answers a day is plenty. And coming back tomorrow matters more than one big session, because the habit is built in one small moment. You notice you're about to go silent, and you ask back instead. Every time you catch the moment, the habit gets stronger. The check is simple. Did you stop talking without asking something back? Then it doesn't count. Now the honest part. You can drill ask backs alone, but a conversation habit only becomes real inside a real conversation. And when you practice alone, nobody can tell you that your 씨는요 landed in a strange spot or that your 어때요 pointed at the wrong thing. That correction has to come from outside. Here's the loop that builds it in 4 parts. 1. A prompt. A real Korean question like 요즘 뭐 배우고 있어요? What are you learning these days? 2. A speaking attempt. You answer out loud. 3. Feedback. A real Korean speaker hears what you said and shows you the natural version, where the aspect goes and which one fits that moment. 4. Repetition. You get the same prompt again the next day, and this time the corrected version is the one that comes out. If you want a place to run that loop, I made one for you. It is My Easy Korean speaking community on School. Every week, I post one speaking prompt, a real question, like the ones in this video. Then you get real feedback from me. I'll tell you if your return question sounds natural and which pattern fits your sentence better. Next week, a new prompt, and your corrections come with you. Link is in the description. I will see you inside.